I'm Theo Galedes, Director of K20 Architecture, here to run through Creative Life under the Sustainability Awards. It's a residential project that was completed in 2021, total gross building area of 8,000 square metres, including external site and basement and 4 levels. It's a building that contains a number of different uses, both residential and social, by way of disability housing. It faces Stoney Creek, which is an active waterway leading along Maribyrnong River. We drew inspiration from the local typology, which we've found in remnant buildings with pitch roofs adjacent to the water. There's reference here for Footscray around its contextual place as a boundary between industrial Melbourne and residential Melbourne, and the pitch roof forms a remnant part or an echo to the remnant parts of that industrial heritage in the Footscray region. The vision of the project was to enhance the creek and connect the development and promote social connections. One of the main attributes of this project was also a contribution towards the open space, where 50% of the land was contributed back to Melbourne Water Council, with a substantial contribution being made towards its planting. The land was originally designed as a land for wildlife approved landscape, but now it's in council's hands, so I'm not too sure what council is doing with that. We have to design a precinct that has a sense of eternity and timeless existence. In doing so, we created a place that both enhances the connection of residences to the local environment. As part of the project, a section of land, which I just mentioned before, which is part of a renewal program, connects a number of park lines along Stoney Creek. It's quite an important precinct, and there was a lot of work that we did around that. We maintain a high degree of creative control in the project, which enables us to faithfully complete the vision in incorporation of external design and functional elements. One of the key attributes of this building is its sustainability features. Recently, it was awarded the bronze in the World Architecture News Awards as most sustainable building. The building was afforded that mainly because of its timber construction. It's built out of solid waste construction, and one of the key innovations over that is unlike CO2, this building is made out of quite coarse SLT, Simple Laminated Timber. CO2 requires structural grade timber to construct the building. This does not. This uses utility grade timber. Each panel can support 8 stories. Unlike other buildings out there where you need to go and chop down forests, this building does not need that. It uses a waste product out of the timber mills. It's entirely constructed here in Victoria by local mills and local manufacturers. So the Australian content is extraordinary. We haven't actually done the assessment on that. The main thrust of our work here was around the carbon capture. I'll talk about that in a moment. There's 5 main built forms to the building. There's echoes there of it. There's a lot of work that we had to do around working with floodplains as well. Up against Stoney Creek, it's a lot of engineering work, but passive work was done it, so it was all embedded within the design. So the way the ramps work, the way the walls work, to work in that 100-year flood level plus more. I was mentioning before, the building out of 61, it does provide for accommodation for people with disabilities, which is a really important ESG component of the building. So there's the landscape there. So when we took these photos, council only recently explored the landscape or undertaken the landscaping. The landscaping scheme that we developed at the time, that area through the south side is up in front of the building towards Stoney Creek, represents around about 12 square metres, which was donated across the council, so it could be forever in it. It's part of a precinct zone. The scheme that we had was over wildlife improvement. I'm not too sure what council was doing that, albeit that they were paid some money, $50,000 to actually faithfully that scheme, but council being council. So sustainability innovation. The building is 7.2 star rated average. It's north-south facing. The reason why it's, in my opinion, why it should be higher is because of the number of south-facing apartments. We oriented the building along the creek, so there's views and open views back that way. And there's a triangular way. The site's actually 3,750 square metres. It's got a triangular size, and there's orienting it that way to the creek, which interestingly runs, north-south. So that if the building was flipped on the other side, all the insulation of glazing, thermal breakers, all the innovation would have obviously generated much higher sales, but it's just that because of that orientation. The upfront carbon emissions were reduced by 52%. Embodied carbon was reduced by 75%. Term life with a 52% reduced carbon exceeds World Green Building Council target 40% upfront carbon emissions by 2030. So when we designed this building 10 years ahead of the World Green Building Council requirements, so we had 40%, this building was 52%. And the embodied carbon on the life cycle analysis is 71%. We're aiming for a much higher, but those in the upcoming buildings, they'll be much higher as well. Thank you.